Okay, so let's get into it because apparently you guys liked the verbal abuse that I dished out on you on Friday, judging by all of the emails and direct messages that I got. Basically saying fucking. A lot of them were Yahoo. A lot of them were like fucking way to. I don't know. There was a lot of them, but anyway, I decided that since you guys enjoyed that so much, I will do it again here on Monday. So, and by the way, this is not the usual days that I do these podcasts for the new listeners. Usually, I do these Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I occasionally give you one on Friday, but due to it just being fucking holiday and I had time off from school, I have more time to do it. So, or well, it's not a holiday, but it's getting ready to be fucking Thanksgiving. But anyway, so welcome to this episode of Let Me Tell You How Shit Could Be, or how's the right way to fucking do things. I think that's what the title of Friday's podcast should be, because I'm fed up with people being fucking stupid. So if you are masochistic and you love being fucking berated, this is the right podcast for you. At least this one. I don't know what tomorrow's will be, or Thursdays, or whatever. Well, maybe not Thursday, since Thursday is fucking Thanksgiving. But anyway, so for this fucking episode of Let Me Tell You How to Do Things Right, I'm gonna have to berate you ladies, and I'm sorry. I know that you guys are all in a we hate men and men are pigs fury right now, and with the Me Too and all of that stuff. I get it. And I know that there's at least some of you that are like, I don't need you to tell me anything and mansplain and yada yada yada. But the reality is, or the truth is that yes, ladies, you do need something explained to you, because apparently you're incapable of smelling bullshit. Okay, and I know you think, oh well, like this podcast, go fuck yourself. So, where shall I fucking begin? I was on Twitter. Surprise, surprise. And I was looking at the moments, and one of the news stories that was for some reason worthy of fucking the moments section was about this guy, this father, this supposed father of 11-year-old girl that I guess she was skimming through one of her comic books and found out that or realized that it was extremely sexist, and decided to email the writers, or the fucking company that puts out the comic. I don't know which. I don't really give a shit. Where she basically spends the entire time talking about how sexist they are, and being rightfully outraged at the advertisements that they chose. Now, I'm calling absolute bullshit here, because and I'm going to read you the email, so stay on the edge of your fucking seat there. But the way the language within the email, the thought process, the fact that it's called, or that she's calling people sexist, to me just reeks of fucking bullshit. There's no way an 11-year-old girl is this aware or cares that much about the characters in comic books. Not unless she's, not unless her parents are fucking wackos that are just constantly talking about how, fictional characters with giant boobs that were basically fucking drawn to entertain boys or guys or whatever, how it's so sexist and everybody should be politically correct now and all of that horseshit. So obviously you know where I stand on the issue of, comic book characters. And really, any character that's being portrayed, any fictional character, whether it's in the comics or in the movies, on a TV show, a cartoon, any of it, they're fictional fucking characters. And I don't know. I don't want to get into that because, obviously people have their opinions. I certainly understand why some people would be, upset at the imagery. I get that ladies spend pretty much their entire life being told that they're not good enough. I 100% understand this. But the thing with this particular fucking email from this guy that it just, ladies, it doesn't seem like you're capable of detecting actual predators. But, I'll get to that. Let me read the email to you, and then you tell me if this sounds like an 11-year-old girl wrote it. It says, Dear Beano. I've never heard of a comic that's called Beano, but whatever. And I'm sure that after listening to this, everybody will go clamor to try and look it up and see if it's true. But, who gives a shit? All right, listen to the fucking email. It says, Dear Beano, I am writing this not because I want to write to tell you what a wonderful comic you have, but in fact, it's the entire opposite. I want to tell you how bad you are. Why? Read the top. You are sexist to girls who read the Beano, and to any girl in the world, actually. I probably sound like a mad crazy lady, but I have my reasons. Number one, I was skimming through an old Beano and happened to land on the advertising page where, because of the she put in parentheses back then, recent release of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, you were advertising bobbly heads. So as you could win the whole team, it meant you could win. Now, granted, the grammar is atrocious, and it sounds like a little kid, but we all fucking, I'm guilty of writing shit that, it sounds good in your head, and then you read it after you've already sent it, and it's like, fuck, I sound like an idiot. So you could win the whole team. It meant that you could win Star-Lord, Drax, the Destroyer, and Groot. Ta-da, the whole team. Yeah, not missing out on anyone or any of the female characters. Oh, wait. Actually, you have managed to miss out on the capital or all capitals only female character, all capitals Gamora. Whoops, silly Beano, just a mistake. In parentheses in all capitals, not. Tell me, does this sound like this is coming from an 11-year-old? I know the grammar is atrocious, but just think about the sort of phrasing. This doesn't sound like an 11-year-old girl, at least not to me. But, you guys make your own judgments. Okay, she goes on. Number 2, in one of the latest Beanos, number 3912, there is a page for an advertisement to buy a Christmas mystery box, and because all capitals all girls like pink and all capitals all boys like blue and no girls like gaming, everything is perfectly fine. Let's keep living happily ever after. All capitals wrong, followed by 4 exclamation points. That is so sexist. It's like, and again, all capitals, unbelievably sexist. Followed by 4 exclamation points. What if a kid is a girl but loves gaming? Oh, sorry, little girl, but you can't have a Christmas mystery box because you don't fit into these sexist categories. In parentheses, on all capitals, wrong. And then she goes on. How do you sit at your desk publishing this, happily humming away because nothing is wrong, while people like me have to write letters of complaint to you? I will never respect Beano as much as I do other comics like The Phoenix. And then she puts in parentheses, look it up. It's a comic that's all capitals awesome. Angry love from B. Rutherford, 11-year-old Beano reader. P.S. I sent an email about the same thing that you never replied to. So if you don't to this one, there will be, I'll be annoyed. P.S. If I told you this in person, I would have lost my voice by the end of it. That's the end of the email. Now, I don't know if I said this already because I actually had to redo this podcast, but I have a 13-year-old daughter. 2 years ago, she was 11, and all of her friends were 11. I used to volunteer at her school, and all of her classmates were 11 at this time. Not one of them spoke like this. And my daughter has always been top of the class, always straight A's, always been advanced. She's been the school, or her other school, not the one that she's in currently, but the other school had recommended that, we move her up. She's definitely, she's 13 going on 20 at this point. Still doesn't talk like this supposed 11-year-old girl. Now you might be saying, oh, well, what if she's more woke? You heard the email. This is not an 11-year-old girl. If anything, this is what I'm suspecting. I'm suspecting that it was the father or the guy, because it's not even really clear whether or not he has a daughter. Maybe he does. I didn't really go through his fucking Twitter profile to figure it out. But I'm gonna say it was the guy that wrote it. Let me back up. He saw how much or how emotional everybody's been the last month with all of the sexual harassment and the sexism and all of this shit. He sees how emotional, especially the ladies are. And I guess that he wrote this and put it on Twitter for one reason and one reason only: to get attention and to convince ladies that, you're a good dad raising a girl with the right mindset. What an amazing father. Because there was like tweet after tweet after tweet of like, oh, she's my hero. I idolize her. Oh, you're a good dad, and yada, yada, yada. And ladies, you completely miss the fact that this dude he's the predator that you should be aware of. The fucking, I've talked about this in previous podcasts. The guy that pretends to be the fucking ally, just so you can lower your fucking guard. This is the type of guy that will fucking what is it? Slip you a Mickey when you're not fucking looking. He's the type of guy that will fucking talk about how he values his family and all of that, and he's all about family values, and then it turns out he's like on one of these fucking dating websites, and no mention of his kids or wife or whatever. These are the type of predators that, ladies, you seem to be completely oblivious to, because they tell you the type of shit you want to hear. You're so concerned about the guy with the fucking construction hat whistling at you, or some guy, asking you for a date. Now, I'm not including the guys that fucking grope and, rub one out into a fucking ficus. I mean, those guys are, a special kind of fucking animal. But, you're so worried about the guy that just wants, there are better ways to let that they find you attractive, but we're fucking men, we're idiots, we're morons. We actually think that, having a loud stereo system and some shiny fucking rims is a good way to pick up on women. Okay, we're not smart. But you're so worried about those guys, and you're completely missing these types of guys. The ones that play the old fucking Ted Bundy on you, that pretend to be fucking weak and vulnerable or fucking super sensitive. Ted Bundy used to pull the same shit, right? With this whole fucking pretending that he had a cast, and he'd drop his books or some shit, and then and then of course some lady would be like, oh, poor guy, and then they'd go and help, and then he'd fucking snatch him. You guys are completely fucking clueless to the actual predators out there. Yes, there are real fucking really bad fucking guys that do some really bad shit. But guys like this, these are the ones you need to fucking look out for. These are the guys that where you talk about like the the date rapists and shit. These are the type. This is the type of guy that pulls that type of shit. He fucking makes it seem like, oh yeah, I'm 100% on your side. I'm raising my daughter to be fucking overly sensitive to every little fucking thing and to make a big deal about this and make a big deal about that. You know, he does it to fucking lower your defenses, and you guys fall for it every single fucking time. And I've seen it. It's rampant on fucking Twitter and other social media sites. And the times that I've called these dudes out, these phony fucking feminist, androgynous fucking dudes that are like, oh, so outraged about shit that I know they don't give two shits about. Every single time the ladies come back at me like, oh, you're just a fucking Neanderthal and yada, yada, yada. Well, you know, all right, if I'm so fucking wrong, if every guy that claims to be a fucking ally, then go on a date with these fucking animals. Hook up with them. Meet them in real life and see if I'm fucking wrong. That email was not written by an 11-year-old girl. It was written by that dude. And he put it out there to try and capitalize. And this is even the fucking worst thing. And I'm not going to pretend like I'm outraged about it, but the worst thing about it is he's taking a moment where you as ladies are trying to have a fucking voice and trying to actually change shit. He's taking advantage of that fucking moment and making it about him through a very fucking clever, disguise. Now, I know it's some of you, oh, you just fucking hating, because you don't raise your... I raised my daughter, I raised my daughter properly. I've taught her everything that I've taught my son. I fucking have always been, I'm always behind any fucking decision she makes. I am her biggest fucking cheerleader, her biggest support system. But I also don't fucking bullshit her. And that's the problem that a lot of people don't seem to fucking recognize here. Is this idea that women are automatically fucking awesome and all guys are fucking gross and we're all fucking morons, but we're not all fucking predators. And all women are not fucking saints. You got predators on your side of the fucking rope there, as well. The only difference is that, we fucking rub one out onto a fucking cactus, and you guys take fucking a guy, like half a guy's fucking wealth, even though you've never sunk a fucking jump shot or took a fucking uppercut to the fucking dome. You guys are just as big of predators as we are. You just attack us in a different way. And I'm not saying that it's okay or that somehow excuses our behavior. I'm not trying to make excuses for it. Yes, there are some fucking maniacs on this side or on this fucking team, but there are some fucking maniacs on your side too. Can you quit pretending like women are just automatically fucking, good by default because they have a fucking vagina? There are some shitty fucking people out there, like the what's the mayor of the fucking, I think it's the state where that guy Roy Moore, the fucking Republican that's been accused, and it seems like it's been confirmed that he was basically going after children. The fucking it's a lady, of course, and she's like, oh well, I have no reason to doubt his accusers, but I'm still gonna fucking vote for him. You're telling me that lady isn't fucking evil? You're telling me that lady didn't just put fucking the well-being and the fucking hurt and shit that he caused to those kids? You're telling me she didn't put that fucking aside and focus strictly on, we need to keep a Republican in office? I'm not saying it would do better with a Democrat. I mean, both sides at this point are equally fucking shit. But you're telling me that lady isn't fucking, that there's no evilness in her, that there's no fucking maniac in her? She says she doesn't doubt his accusers, but still gonna vote for him. What sort of fucking backwards ass shit is that? But I'm getting a little off track here. Ladies, the fucking predators, the real fucking predators, are the ones that tell you everything you want to fucking hear. That appear to be on your fucking side, or they pretend to be ultra fucking sensitive and vulnerable. You know, guys will do any fucking thing they possibly can to try and get laid, including pretending to fucking be on your side and be an ally. Yeah, I think it's horrific what happens to women, to the types of shit that you guys have to go through. But you won't catch me on fucking Twitter, fucking outraged at shit. Because as far as I'm concerned, at this point, yeah, it's fucked up and shit needs to be done. But, I don't know. We've been like this probably since inception. Now, am I saying let's not change it? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that I'm just not, if I see shit that's obviously fucking injustice, that's being done because a lady is, or because, the victim is just a woman. Yes, of course, I will be like, that's fucked up and this is ridiculous and all of that. But am I going to fucking subscribe or co-sign on every single fucking, alleged fucking event that happens? Am I immediately just going to fucking jump into this box of, well, all men are fucking evil and all women are fucking angels? Fuck no. And that's how a real, an actual guy views things. You see, a lot of you have it confused that we're either fucking trying to grope you in the fucking hallway while jacking our dick, or we're fucking so goddamn sensitive and on your side. You have it in your head that we're only on two fucking extremes as far as being guys. There are guys that also, are in the middle that don't fucking do that gross shit, but also don't fucking feel the need to bullshit you in order to try and get laid. I can have sympathy or empathy for you without putting on a fucking skirt and carrying pom-poms. I'm not the type of guy that would fucking whistle at you on the street or ever fucking touch you without you saying it's okay to fucking touch you. I'm not that type of guy. So I definitely don't fit in the fucking maniac predator fucking category, but I'm also not a fucking wishy-washy little pussy of a man that will say and do any fucking thing to try and get his dick wet, because that, ladies, is exactly what he's trying to do. Those are the predators that you're not fucking looking out for. I mean, what makes a salesman a good salesman, right? He tells you everything that you want to fucking hear, right? He sells you on the idea that you need basically his dick, right? Isn't that the premise of most fucking movies now, where it's like one of those fucking romantic comedies or whatever that you got some lady that's just she's struggling or fucking she's too involved in her in work or some shit, and then the guy comes around and it's just like, you know what, if you just have some of my dick, your life will be better. I mean, that's basically the fucking premise, right? Well, these guys that are fucking got their skirts and fucking pom-poms out, they're the same type. They think that all you need is just their dick and you'll be fine. And they'll do anything to try and give it to you too. I don't know one serious woman that when she talks about her perfect man, why did I say it like that? Man. When she talks about that perfect guy, I don't ever hear, I want him to be a fucking yes man, whiny little bitch who does everything I fucking say and cheers the loudest when I'm upset or whatever. I've never heard one fucking woman say that they want that. And if they say it now, it's bullshit. Yeah, it's 2017, but the dynamic of what makes women attracted to men and men attracted to women is the fucking same. You want somebody that's strong. Yes, you don't want a fucking overseer. You don't want somebody that's possessive or controlling. I get that. But what you don't want is a fucking little whiny little bitch either. I know it. Yeah, you might say you do to fucking argue with me here. You might be like, well, yeah, of course I want a guy that fucking cries and calls everything fucking sexist and gets more upset than I do at what's going on. Yeah, I really want that kind of guy. You know what I say? I say it's bullshit. Go fuck yourself. You're lying. You don't want a guy like that. You want a guy that understands you. You want a guy that respects you. You want a guy that doesn't take you for fucking granted, that, will listen to you when you fucking speak, doesn't try and fucking dictate everything. You want that type of guy. Well, guess what? That type of guy is not the whiny little fucking bitch. And he's definitely not the kind of guy that fucking, traps you in a restaurant hallway and makes you watch him fucking, jack off his fucking 3-inch dick. The type of guy that I know most women want resides somewhere in the fucking middle. He respects you. He does everything that you want out of a good guy, but he also has a pair of fucking balls on him, and he doesn't fucking go on Twitter making up stories about how his 11-year-old daughter that probably could give 2 fucking fucks about any of the shit that was supposedly written in that email. That's not a fucking real man. That's a predator. And ladies, those are the ones you have to be on the lookout for. Not the guy that's fucking whistling at you. I'm not saying that guy is fucking safe. I'm just saying that, he's ran out of fucking, I think Jerry Seinfeld did this fucking bit where it's just like, he's ran out of options. He's like, well, fuck, I'll try this. Maybe that'll get me laid. Those guys you gotta be alert for them, but it's the ones that are telling you everything you want to hear, saying all the right shit. They're the perfect level of fucking sensitivity and vulnerability, and they, supposedly don't watch porn and, whatever else other fucking bullshit that they've told you. Those are the predators you need to be on the fucking lookout for. And from what I see, just based on social media, a lot of you are completely fucking blind to these guys. I don't know. I think that concludes my fucking, my rant, or my, this is how you should really fucking do shit, podcast. Ladies, I understand it's rough. You're dealing with fucking, you're dealing with animals. I get it. But the guy that's, again, I don't want to get back into it, but you need to pay a little more attention to who you just automatically fucking get behind. Because Ted Bundy, all of the fucking serial killers, at least the ones that, that had a reputation for attracting women, Charles Manson, Ted Bundy, I don't know all the fucking serial killers, but those guys all did the same thing. They all pretended to be fucking vulnerable to lure these women in. Although I don't know if you'd call Charles Manson a serial killer. He didn't actually do any of the killing. He managed to convince others to do it. But, it's the same fucking thing. They tell you what you want to hear. You eat it up and assume that it's fucking legit. And the next thing you know, you're riding in the back of a fucking 86 Volkswagen Bug. Although if you're in the fucking back, you're being burnt to the fucking crisp because that's where the engine is. So you're in the front. All because you're so worried about the guy that fucking, said, hey, fucking foxy lady. You're worried about that guy, but you're not worried about the guy that's in your fucking ear telling you, yeah, I 100%, agree that women should be in charge of everything. That, oh yeah, women are much better than guys. Oh yeah, if I could, I'd vote for, if the option were there, I'd vote all women all the time. Doesn't that sound like somebody that's fucking full of shit? Why is it that you guys can never pick up on this? Anyway, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. It's been fucking half an hour of me yelling at you ladies. Just keep in mind, ladies, that that you might not like what I'm fucking saying here, but it's still the fucking truth. It's still something that you should pay attention to. It's the same as when you were a kid and your mom and dad told you not to fucking talk to strangers, and they gave you all of the scenarios where they'd be like, oh, I've got some candy, or can you help me find my puppy, or some shit. It's the same fucking thing. It's just now you're an adult, and now instead of, being kidnapped, you got somebody, trying to fuck you, which is, probably the case with most guys, but, they're doing it in a very fucking disgusting way. But anyway, all right, before I get back into it, I'm going to end it here. I hope you're having a good week thus far. I mean, I know it's fucking Monday, so you're probably like, fuck. But yeah, I'll try and, I'm definitely going to give you more fucking podcasts this week, but, there probably won't be one on Thursday for sure. That is, pretty much a guarantee, because it's fucking Thanksgiving, and if you cunts are expecting me to talk to you, instead of fucking eating the food and shit, then you'd be fucking wrong. But anyway, so yeah, I'll either get back to you tomorrow or Wednesday, or definitely fucking Friday. All right, don't take any shit and go fuck yourself. Peace.